Director of Athletics, Debbie Taylor.
Good afternoon. It's so wonderful to have alumni, family, and friends back on the hilltop with us today. And if you were out at the tailgate earlier, I'm sure that you're enjoying the warmth inside the building here. It's my pleasure and my honor today to stand before you and recognize a man that has contributed so much to the success and rich history of St. Edward's University athletics. But before we do that, we have a handful of other Hall of Fame members with us today. I'm going to ask them to stand, wave so you can see who they are. Got one up here. We are proud to have y'all with us today. It is now my distinct pleasure to present to you the 97th inductee into the St. Edward's University Athletic Hall of Fame, Mr. Russell Stearns. When Russell came to the hilltop in 1983, he arrived as a student athlete. Playing for Hall of Famer, Brother Emmett Strohmeyer, he helped the Hilltoppers to 2 conference championships. After earning runner-up in 1983, Russell won the Big State Conference Singles Championship his senior year to qualify for the 1985 NAIA National Tournament. Little did he know at that time, trips to the national tournament would become a common occurrence in his future. As an undergraduate, Russell was also very involved and very passionate about intramurals. In fact, if there was a Hall of Fame for intramurals on the hilltop, Russell's enthusiastic and larger-than-life stories could lead one to believe that he would surely be a member. Earning his undergraduate degree in Business Administration in '85, as well as his Master's of Sports Management in '99, Russell credits the mentorship of faculty members such as Jim Cook, Bill Zanardi, Frank Krapka, and Bob Monday as getting him to the finish line. Russell then returned to campus in 1987 as Coach Stearns. At that time, the athletic director, Hall of Famer John Moore, knew that Russell was the right choice to replace the legendary Brother Emmett, based on the fact that he had played for Brother Emmett and held the same values and standards for the program, his evident loyalty to St. Edward's University, his competitive nature and love for the game of tennis, and it didn't hurt that he was willing to work for what the university was offering at that time. And that investment has paid off tenfold. Coach Stearns' storied tenure as one of the all-time winningest coaches on the hilltop has spanned 3 decades and 3 different conferences: the Big State, the Heart of Texas, and the Heartland Conference. In conjunction with coaching the men, he coached the women's team from 1990 to 2009. The women's program won 5 conference championships and made 9 national appearances, culminating with a Sweet 16 finish in 2009. Former player Alicia Woods shares, "From mastering my strengths to overcoming my weaknesses, Coach Stern helped me become a diverse player, always believing, despite my size, that there were no limits to what I was capable of on the court. This confidence in my abilities has remained a strong driving force in my life and continues to impact me personally, professionally, and athletically." During his 27 seasons at the helm of the men's program, Russell implored his players to wear this guy down. Let's finish this guy off. And more often than not, his competitive spirit and mentoring helped push St. Edward's home for another win. Russell led the men's team to 18 national appearances that included reaching the Sweet 16 on 6 occasions and the Elite 8 on 3 occasions. He coached the men to 13 conference championships, to include the last 6 in a row, and enjoyed an overall conference record of 139 wins and 29 losses. Former player Simon Boyce shares fond memories specifically of his freshman year. From day one as a freshman on the Hilltop, you learned that Coach Stearns loves to compete and would push his players daily to reach their full potential. My freshman year, it was a pull-up contest in the tree next to the tennis courts, followed by a one-on-one baseline 21 game against Coach. Even in his late 40s, Coach often came out on top. Between the men's and women's programs, Russell received 14 Conference Coach of the Year awards and was twice honored as Regional Coach of the Year. His teams were recognized with 21 Conference Player of the Year awards, 12 Freshman of the Year awards, and he coached 164 all-conference selections. Guiding the student athletes to be students first, his teams carried one of the highest GPAs in the department each semester and earned 24 academic All-American honors. He also provided opportunities for his players to be involved in community service. Russell led by example, and he encouraged his student athletes to be well-rounded community members who embodied the Holy Cross spirit, to inform minds, form hearts, and transform lives. I have often said that if you cut Russell, he would bleed blue and gold, and I really do believe that. In addition to coaching, Russell was always a go-to guy in our department, from driving teams to the airport at ridiculous hours in the morning, often on his only day off, to filling in at events when we were short-handed, to spending endless hours maintaining the tennis courts. Russell took such pride in the Hilltop that it was not unusual to see him pick up a piece of debris or stop and pull a weed as he walked across campus. Russell was not only a legendary coach, he is a piece of the fabric that weaves St. Edward's rich athletic tradition. There's no doubt that Russell Stearns left an indelible mark on the many student athletes that came to the Hilltop during his tenure. Simon Boyce summed it up well when he stated that after 4 years of playing for Coach Stearns, you leave the Hilltop with a friend and a mentor for life. Here to celebrate with Russell today are his mother Luann, his son Aaron, and grandson Eli, his sister and brother-in-law Stephanie and Bobby, former teammates, players, colleagues, and friends. Family and friends of the Hilltop, please join me in congratulating Russell Stearns on his induction to the St. Edward's University Athletic Hall of Fame. We'll present Russell with his plaque.
Congratulations.